All I can say to you is what you already know, that your government is lying to you, and they've always have. I can tell you that in 1992, I started doing the same thing. In 1994, when I had moved to a different state, the only thing that had changed was the fact that President Clinton decided to cut the defense budget to use the money for domestic policies, and that meant that some of the Navy and Army bases, the military bases around the United States, were closing down, and that meant that a lot of people were out of jobs. So the MPs at the places where I used to go were selling arms for themselves and not for the government now. So I was still getting weapons from them, except for I had to supply my own money to buy them, and then I boosted up the price of the weapons. And when I moved to a different state, the policies on guns had changed. I could walk into a store and buy a gun and ammo at the same time. So, and I bought all the used weapons, the old ones, took them out on the street and sold them, and then boosted up the price. If a gun cost $100, I would charge $180 and make an $80 profit, and then I would sell the ammo. The ammo was like $12. They were illegals, most of them in this country. The ammo was like $12. I would boost it up to $30 for the ammo, and I would supply both sides of the rival gangs with weaponry. Same thing that the military was doing, and same thing I was doing for the federal government, now I was doing for myself. So there's blood on their hands, there's blood on my hands, but it's a living, and it goes on today. And when I look around and see all you psychotic people listening to the media spread word that Obama's trying to take away your Second Amendment and take away your guns, so you go out and you buy. And I saw a report the other day that so many guns were sold that the demand for ammo couldn't keep up. We didn't have this problem during the genocide program in the 1980s for minorities, so you know, it comes to light, and it's like all those children, you know, that were killed in the classroom. You're probably looking at me like you're the last bastard and shit that should be talking about this, but no, I'm the person that should be talking about this, because guns don't kill. Assholes behind the trigger kill. These people are mentally disturbed, and your government is a giant corporation, and they are gophers and lackeys for giant corporations. Your senators and congressmen and your CIA agents and FBI and Secret Service and all these guys and all these military types, they're the ones that buy the weapons. They get the tax money from us. They buy the weapons, and then they supply the people to make a profit. It all goes back to the corporation. It's only when you try to make a buck yourself is where they get concerned. Slaughtering children? No way, man. If I got blood on my hands for putting guns in the hands of people in the streets in the 80s and 90s, you got way more blood on your hands going overseas and dropping bombs on hospitals and schools and killing babies and children. And you got way more blood on your hands by letting any old schmo get a gun here in America and getting ammunition at the same time. Don't you know, in Atlanta, Georgia, on Campbellton Road in the 1990s, there is a pawn shop. There's a whole bunch of restaurants. First, there's a military base here. Then there's a pawn shop like 4 places down, and you got to pass all these restaurants. Now, 2 guys go into the pawn shop. They bought the guns, they bought the ammo from the pawn shop, they loaded it, came down the street and robbed the restaurant that I was working at, not 6 houses away from the military base, Fort McPherson, and 4 houses away from the pawn shop. So there you go. That's enough said. You want to stop guns in America? You stop the nut behind the wheel. The car itself, the nut behind the wheel. That's all I'm saying is. But I do believe in karma. So, you know, I don't know. Like DMX said, I guess it's just all a part of American culture. DMX said that they don't know who we be. The guy who bought the bullets and the one that put them in me. you know, I hate to say it. If I fall to gun violence, or if I fall to street gang violence, whatever, I guess it's just karma, you know. Same thing for people in the military who go overseas and kill children and babies and kill innocent people who are unarmed, civilians, and then they come home and they working at a 7-Eleven and some guy comes in with a 9mm and blow them away. And it's eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, I guess. Hey, shit happens. It's alright. Big Glad's out, man.